Hi Paris, good morning. It's Jason, Smart Space Buildings, and I thought what I would do, I'd quickly go through the quote that I've prepared for you. It's probably slightly different to some of the others that you've had. I've included for all three buildings on one quote, so sort of to make it sort of easier. And what I'll do, I'll use the first building, which is the smaller one of the three, just to explain how all the quotes work. I mean, what you'll notice on every quote, you'll see all of the spec, which is obviously the size of the building, the size of the profile, and then obviously you'll see whether they've got doors, lighting, etc., etc. And for the cost of the first building, and on all of them, what you'll see, the first row of sort of figures that you'll notice are all the costs for you to buy the building from day one. So you'll see obviously to deliver install is 7050, cost of the building, rainwater gutters, personnel doors, blah blah blah, and that's the cost to buy the building. It's really straightforward and very similar to all the sort of quotes you'll probably be getting in. If you then go to the hire agreements, they are slightly different, which is why I've sort of thought I'd show you this video. So you get here, you'll pay your one-off deliver and install, which is 7050 or whatever that may be. You then look down and we've got a whole host of different payment schedules that start from 1 to 6 months and go up to 49 to 60. And basically what you do, you will commit to one of these periods. So let's use round figures and say you decided to go for a 25 to 36 month period. From day one, you would pay £1,179 based on a minimum 25 month period. If, however, and let's be honest, with the current sort of the issues with Brexit and so on, this could quite conceivably happen. Let's say after, I don't know, 18 months, you decide, actually, this is not working, it's not big enough, we need to get rid of it, whatever, and you want to off-hire the building, what you would simply do is go back to the 18-month rate. You'd pay 1379 based on the 18 months, and you'd actually just pay the difference. So it's not like a fixed hire agreement, which some of my competitors will get you into, and there's no way of breaking it. You can break it, but you've always got to revert back to the previous price. It sounds complicated, but it's really easy, and it's designed really to be fair for the client and not to sort of lock people into long-winded contracts that they can't break. And I have lots of customers call me up who are are not happy with long-term contracts they've had from certain European suppliers. The other thing that's very different, if you notice these red highlighted parts that I've done here, these are our delivery discount credits. Now they are something that can be a massive saving, and for every 12 months that you have the building on site, we're going to credit you back 25% of your install fee. So basically every time you get to the sort of 13 months, you'll get 1762, 25 months 37, etc., etc. And it basically means that you can have the building delivered and installed free of charge. And even here, look at the bottom, if you hire the building for over for over 60 months, we actually collect it free of charge as well, which is a big saving, especially when you consider you've got three buildings. Now, the only other thing that's on this quote that I really could do with you just paying attention to is the long, thin one at the back. After sort of measuring up with the guys, it's apparent that you need an 18-metre wide building, which is fine, and I'm prepared to manufacture that building bespoke for you. But there are minimum hire periods, and for you to hire that building, the minimum period is sort of 36 months. Unfortunately, because it's such a bespoke structure, we have to get some sort of return on it. But the same thing, applies with all of them. You get your delivery discount offer, which, as you can see on a building of this size, is actually quite considerable. It's £3,372 per every 12 months that we credit back to you, which in turn can mean you can get it delivered and installed free of charge. There is one more thing that you need to look at, and if you notice on all the quotes that I've done, there is this option to buy the hire building at a depreciated rate, and basically at every set period, you've got 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, etc. All of those monthly periods, you have the option to buy the building. You're not tied into a never-ending hire contract that you can't break. And just bear that in mind when you're looking at some of the other sort of quotes that you might get in. I hope that helps. If you need anything, if the guys need anything, just let me know. And yeah, hopefully I'll hear from you soon. Thanks very much. Thanks.